Welcome Capricorn to your August reading. We are going to go ahead and see all the possible energies and messages coming through for you over this time. Capricorn, I'm starting off with your oracle cards. This is going to give us our core messages, the main themes coming through for you. I will then go ahead and clarify everything further with the tarot to get deeper insight and deeper messages. Capricorn, this is a collective reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. The first message you have, my dear Capricorns, is lighten your load. And when we get this message, you're being asked to look at what could be weighing you down. Where do you feel that the energy is heavy? Something needs to be released, my dear Capricorns, so that you are able now to stand strong and see the light in front of you. So we will see what that is all about once I pull the tarot. You then have number 19, flexible. And when we get the message of being flexible, my dear Capricorns, you are asked to be open-minded, to be adaptable at this time, without compromising what is of utmost importance to you. And finally, we've got courage coming in. When courage comes in, Capricorn, you're being asked to channel that inner lion and lioness, because you're going to be asked to be brave somewhere in August. So it'll be interesting to see what that's about. I'm going to start off over here with lighten your load, and I'm just going to get your clarifiers. Right, let us see now what lighten your load is all about for Capricorn, please. And you've got 9 of Pentacles and Judgment. Capricorn, this is a very interesting message coming through, and please take it as it might resonate with you. You, my dear Capricorns, in August are being asked now to stand up and take a look at what is going on in your environment. From what I can see over here, my dear Capricorns, I feel that you are taking on too much responsibility regarding other people's situations. This, my dear Capricorns, is the energy of giving money to friends, to family members if they are in need. It's the energy of overcommitting, to be there for somebody, to run errands for somebody, to listen on the phone for hours to somebody while they go through a breakup or changing jobs or anything like that. I feel, my dearest Capricorns, that you have taken on too much. And this energy of too much is weighing you down so much so, my dear Capricorns, that you probably are unable to take care of yourself and your needs. Now in August, you're being asked to really look at what is going on objectively. Capricorn, I understand. We all want to be there for the people who need us, for the people we love. But there comes a point where we have to put down some kind of a boundary and say, no, I'm sorry, I am unable. And this is what judgment is telling me. You, my dearest Capricorns, have to put yourself first in August. This is not a message of saying, don't do anything for anybody. It's a message of saying, you have to look after yourself first. Because Capricorn, if you do not look after yourself, that burden is going to weigh on you heavier and heavier and heavier, and eventually you won't be able to function at maximum capacity because you're going to be so burnt out and worn out. So, in August, it's time for you, my dearest Capricorns, to put yourself first. You have to look after you. 9 of Pentacles is telling me this is the month where you make your biggest priority you. And Capricorn, I would suggest making an actual plan. What can you do for you so that you can get back on track, feeling your true, beautiful Capricorn strength and vitality. Does this mean that you have to take a few days off and go away by yourself? Does this mean you just need time alone, a few hours of the week to do your own thing? Do you need to change your diet? Do you need to up your exercise? Do you need to start yoga or meditation? What do you need, my dear Capricorns? Because if you put yourself first in August, I see you making a remarkable comeback with our Nine of Pentacles. You're going to get your energy back, your motivation, your enthusiasm. And this, my dear Capricorns, is what we all need in order to put our best foot forward and to get the maximum out of what we are doing and what we are committing to. So this, my dear Capricorn, is Project You. You are number one in August. Do whatever you have to do to ensure you get back to feeling good and strong. And of course, it's going to be so different for everybody. I've just given you some very simple examples. Please, my dear Capricorns, put yourself first in August. Now let us move on and see what flexible is all about, and I will just get your clarifiers. So we want to see now what number 19 is all about for Capricorn, please. Right, we'll start over there with Five of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. Capricorn, what I am seeing here for you is definitely related to lighten your load. And I do think there are people around you, my dearest Capricorns, who are not taking responsibility for their own life because they are waiting for you to rescue them. Capricorn, this could be younger people than you, children, nephew, nieces. It could be younger cousins, younger people at work, anybody who's just quite immature in their outlook to life. And you know, they don't even have to be younger, my dear Capricorns. They can just be quite immature in taking responsibility for their life. So it could be somebody even older than you that just doesn't want to accept that they have to work for a living. You know, you get those kind of people, my dear Capricorns. And with Five of Pentacles here, Capricorn, I think they play on your emotions. They lay that guilt on you. Look at me, I've got nothing. I'm out here on my own struggling. I'm cold in winter. I'm overheated in summer. You know, all this energy. My dear Capricorns, please understand that it is so natural and so human when people like this come into our lives, and especially if it's people we love, we just want to give and give to make everything better. But when you give and give, you can end up hurting yourself, my dear Capricorn. Now, the interesting energy here is flexible. So now, my dear Capricorns, I think it's up to you to be very smart with this person. You don't have to cut them out and tell them that's it, you're cutting them off and you're not going to help them or be there for them. That's really hard to do, especially if you love and care about them. But you now have to be the leader, the teacher in this energy. In your beautiful Capricorn way, you have to make them now meet you halfway. If you are, my dear Capricorns, giving them money every month, for example, you have to say, I'm happy to do that, but I need to see you going to work every day. If you, my dear Capricorns, are running an enormous amount of errands, say for a certain family member, and every time you pop by with groceries or whatever, they're sitting down and watching TV. This is just the energy of, you know what, I'm very happy to help you, but let's say I will do half the chores and you are responsible for this, and this. You get them, my dear Capricorns, to stand up and take responsibility for themselves. This energy of laying this heavy guilt trip on you needs to come to an end. Now, Capricorn, this can come through anywhere, you know. It could come through in a work scenario. where someone is playing on your emotions, saying they have so much going on at home, then they are feeling under the weather and they're passing all their work on to you. A boss could be doing this to you. A colleague could be doing this to you. You, my dear Capricorns, have to be very smart with this flexible energy in getting them to take responsibility for themselves. You're not cutting them out, you're not turning your back on them, but, my dear Capricorns, you have to lighten your load and get them to get into the game and take responsibility. Very interesting messages coming through for you, Capricorn. Right, let us move on now and see what courage is all about, and I'm just going to get your clarifiers. So we want to see now what courage is about for Capricorn, please. And we've got the Devil and the Page of Wands. Capricorn, you've got one cohesive message, and the message that is coming through so strongly is that you need to look at where you are being bound, where you are being held back from furthering what you want to do and experience in your life. I do feel, my dear Capricorns, there are certain people in your life who are taking advantage of you. Now, Capricorn, it's coming through as the devil energy. I don't think that these people are evil and have devil tendencies about them. I do feel, though, that they are playing on your good nature and your kind heart, and that the more you give to them, the more you find yourself in this energy of not being able to do what you want to do. You know, my dear Capricorns, if you are giving all your excess money to other people, you don't have money and finances for yourself to travel a little bit, to treat yourself to a nice meal, to new clothes. Maybe you want to join different hobbies and activity groups. If all your money is being sucked up somewhere else, you find yourself now worrying, how am I going to manage? Do I have money for this? Do I have money for that? All because you're taking responsibility for other people. And it's time now for you to take those chains off your neck and free yourself from this energy. It is going to take courage. You know, Capricorn, it's so easy for me to tell you, Capricorn, tell your loved ones you're not going to be able to give them so much money every month or be there for them 7 days a week. You have to find a way that you can manage this, my dear Capricorns, where you can now release yourself from being bound into other people's stories. You have your own road to walk, my dear Capricorn, and that is what Page of Wands is telling you. There is still so much you want to do, you want to learn, you want to explore, and by taking on other people's stuff, and that's what it is, it's just their stuff that they're not wanted to take responsibility for, you're holding yourself back. So, my dear Capricorns, time to be very brave now. Channel that inner lion and lioness. Remove those chains from your neck. Start off slowly by just pulling back step by step. Page of Wands is telling me, when you do that, my dearest Capricorns, you're going to now be able to start doing things for yourself. Start getting out there, meeting your friends, meeting new people, starting new projects, anything that fills you up. This Nine of Pentacles energy is here because it's waiting for you. And Nine of Pentacles is a beautiful, abundant energy. My dear Capricorns, in order to reach our Nine of Pentacles, we have to look after ourselves and honor what is good and right for ourselves. You've got a very interesting month ahead of you. Now let us move on and see what your guides would like to share with you for the month of August. So we want to see now what Capricorn's guides would like to share with them, please. And you have got partnerships and love, nature spirits. My dear Capricorns, your nature spirits are coming in and they want you to know that all our relationships, whether it is family relationships, romantic relationships, friendships, work relationships, need to be balanced and reciprocal. When a relationship is imbalanced and it relies solely on one person to do all the giving, all the caring, all the nurturing, it becomes unhealthy. And that's why the devil came out, because it starts to pull you down, to weigh you down. Nature spirit is asking you now to look at all the relationships in your life and really analyze where there might be big imbalances. And this month, my dear Capricorns, work on bringing about balance and harmony back in these relationships. And as I mentioned, it doesn't have to be dramatic and drastic, step by step, so that these certain people who have been drawing from you too much can get back on their feet, and you can now restore balance and harmony in your relationships. And most important, my dear Capricorn, you can restore the balance in the relationship with yourself, and you can get back on track, looking good, feeling good, and doing things that fill you up, heart, mind, body, soul, and spirit. So, that is all I have for you right now. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I wish you the most wonderful month, and I'm sending you all so much love.